Really a couple players said right off the bat, we got to play like every team, like it's, not against the name on their chest, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just disappointed in my team. Really am. Not from the game at all. We've, for the people that follow us, we've covered this. It's the first time I felt in 23 games we played to win tonight. I thought we played as a team tonight. First time in 23 games.
How tough is that not to get the result you want when you play that way?
No, that doesn't bother me at all. I think when you're trying to, we had our opportunities. The difference in the game was the free throw line. We go over 4 coming down the stretch, and John Horford had some plays in around the basket that we couldn't finish. They go 21 for 22, give them credit, and we go 7 for 14. That was really the difference in the game. So, I thought our guys battling forward in the game. I thought that offensively we did a really good job spacing them out and at least creating some opportunities, through ball movement to, make the extra pass. I would have liked to have seen a couple more threes go down. I thought Eli Carter had a lot of really good looks tonight. He goes 1 for 8. A couple more would have helped. But we were right there. We had our chances. I'm not saying we, won the game, but certainly we had chances to tie it, and make it a little bit closer, maybe inside the last minute.
You tried to get Frazier back in for a minute, and he came out. What was ultimately?
Sprained ankle, from what I'm guessing. He tried to go back in there. He was hobbling around, and when he gave up a 3 on one of the Harrisons, I just said, he's got to come off the floor. He's just, he's trying to limp and hobble, and he needed to sit. I appreciated him trying, but he wasn't able to help us.
How different did this Kentucky team look tonight to you than the one you were able to beat 3 times last year? Obviously, you're a different team as well.
Well, I would say this. This is just my opinion, okay? And John knows better than I do. You got 2 really, really good players out from their team, not playing tonight, in Poitras and Lyles. And Lyles is a real matchup problem at the small forward spot at the size. It just opens up things in a different way, in my opinion. Obviously, I think Towns is really terrific. And obviously Stein defensively can, cause a lot of problems up front there. I thought Harrison played well in the second half. I'm a big Booker and Euless fans because those 2 guys play the right way. They really play the right way. And I thought they gave Kentucky a nice lift there in the first half where both Harrisons had foul trouble. So it's hard for me to say where's Kentucky at right now because they're missing 2 really good players. And I know Poitras is out for the rest of the year, but whenever they get Lyles back, we didn't see their full roster, so to speak. He played much better tonight. He played much better. He got to the basket. He did some really good things. Thought he had a better understanding. He was more engaged. I thought he did a little better job.
What kind of process has that been for him learning to read defense? Because I know you've been harping on him about that.
It's been a long, hard one for him, but one that he's had to go through. I think he's getting better. I've always said this about Casey. He's a great kid. He's coachable. He wants to learn. And I think he takes every opportunity to grow and learn. So that's been really encouraging.
Is there anything else you could try differently with the free throws? Have you tried pretty much everything? Or what
if you want to come by on Monday, Kev, if you got some ideas, I don't know. If you got some things there. I'll tell you what really helps us. You know what helps us with free throw shooting, really? If we could have you sing karaoke as they're playing. That might give you a distraction. Maybe shoot better.
You said that this was the first time night that your team, you thought, played to win. How much do you think has to do with Kentucky? John said that from this point on, almost everybody they play, it becomes their best game or their most intense game.
Yeah, I think John loves saying stuff like that. Listen, I've always said this, Kentucky to me has been the flagship program of the SEC for a long time. They've been that way. So I think that's been the case even when I was an assistant coach at Kentucky. It was the same thing. So When you're playing against the #1 team in the country, guys may get up. That's what I'm anxious to find out, Bill. I'm really anxious to find out about our team, because some of the things that I've been trying to get through to them and get them to do, I have had a very, very difficult time to have them get rid of their own personal selfishness and immaturity to really focus on investing and committing to each other and the team. So, did we maybe make a step because we were so poor against Vanderbilt, not taking anything from Vanderbilt on Tuesday? We didn't play with any, Was it because of that or was it because of Kentucky? I think we'll find out as we move forward as a team.
Eli said that it was almost shocking how good this team could be when they played to their potential. Should it be shocking?
What's the disappointing part I'm trying to say beforehand? It was the first time in 23 games I felt our team actually played to win the game. Instead of, I'm disappointed, I'm not playing well, or things are not going my way. There's no, just being totally wrapped up and consumed with themselves. And, the game tonight, in my opinion, was lost in October. It wasn't lost tonight.
What does it take to defend a player like Carl Towns? Do it in the paint and also get.
Yeah, he's really good. Obviously he can do it in a variety of different ways. He made jump shots tonight. He makes turnaround jump shots from the low post. He's physical. I actually thought we did a fairly decent job defensively tonight, being somewhat undersized. I think the one thing that kept us in the game is our spacing and the ball movement and the floor being open with their two big guys. They were constantly away from the basket, and it kind of helped us get some driving angles and some straight line drives, and we're able to move the floor a little bit against them. But Towns offensively is really, really good. It's really interesting because they have two terrific low post scorers in Towns and Dakari Johnson, and then they got two really kind of high energy guys in Cauley Stein and Lee. So they kind of all complement each other pretty well.
Billy, two critical plays down the stretch with John Horford. What do you assess there? Was it just him being intimidated by the size of Kentucky and not getting the shot up quickly enough?
Well, I thought from where I was at, it was hard for me to see what kind of angle he had on those two layups. I would say on the second one, he kind of got whoever it was to leave his feet. Maybe it was Cauley Stein, but he traveled before he left the floor. So I don't know where did he have him under the rim where he could have gone right up and finished the play? The easy thing to say now is he should have just gone up and made them. But, the two free throws coming down the stretch, those two layups, Casey's, free throws, Eli Carter, some open threes. I thought Chioza's had a three. I think we were down by maybe 5. He had a 3 to maybe cut it to 2. At some point you got to knock down a few shots too, to give yourself a chance.
Billy, you told guys after the game, don't play necessarily the frozen jerseys name and stuff. And how do you want this energy to kind of translate from this season?
Yeah, I'm not so sure, Kev, it's going to. It's not. I'm not so sure it's going to. I'm hopeful in some way that this has been an incredible learning and growing experience for them. In terms of their immaturity and selfishness about, themselves and themselves. The one thing I always admired about Kentucky, even when I was there, you have a coach preaching about winning, but that whole state's preaching winning. And that's what the program's about. It's about excellence, it's about a high standard, it's about championships. And, we've tried to, since I've been here, to kind of at least try to create that kind of mentality and try to chase those kind of things. And this has been a team this year that, calling it like it is, winning has been secondary. And that's why we're 12-11, because it has not been the primary focus of our team.
Take one more.
What's been the primary? Has it been individual or just?
Yeah, how's it going for me? And I don't mean when I say selfish, I don't mean hey, I need to score 25 points tonight, or hey, I want to shoot all the balls. It's it's not going well for me tonight. I'm not engaged. I want to play well. It's almost I almost liken it to kind of Christmas morning. You wake up and you walk downstairs and kind of got this great hope, and you open up your gifts and you're not really happy about them. They get excited about playing, but it's not kind of going. They're not that happy. you know, and they kind of get into their own little funk in their own little world, and they've got to have a maturity today. Like today, I thought our guys were not really concerned about how it was going for them. They were just really competing. And I've always said this, you can draw a line down, right down the middle. There is a difference between performance and there's a difference between competing. If you're concerned about your performance, you're not competing. When you're competing, you're not even remotely concerned about. Eli Carter, I give him credit tonight. He goes 1 for 8 from 3. He had a lot of really good looks, but the guy's really trying to work hard at the other end of the floor defensively. That's been some of our inconsistency. A couple of guys miss shots and they come down and it's like deflates them, and then we give up a layup, we give up an open 3, we don't block out, we miss an assignment, and you know, then you're rotating guys in and out. It's like a, you know, like an assembly line. But what we do with this will be interesting to me in terms of what these guys are about.
All right. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.